Hi, this is Mrs. Cruz, and the purpose for this video is to show you how you're supposed to complete the weekly log. So this is an example from this week, Monday, April 20th to Friday, April 24th. And remember that the purpose for this log is that you're using it each day. You will hear me say this more than once, but I recommend that you work on this at the beginning of each day, since this document is supposed to support all of your other classes. It is due by Friday, April 24th. You do have all day to complete that, but just make sure that you're meeting that deadline. It does give you a lot of directions. For those of you who read it last week, thank you for paying close attention to those directions. I am going to go in more detail, so I'm not going to read everything out loud right now, but I do want to point out just a few changes. So for step 5, this week, your goal is going to be to fill out your current grades for quarter 4 on the grade check. And since we're still in the first few weeks of the quarter, you can write down NA if you don't have a grade at this point. That'll change next week though, so this week we'll let it go. And then the other change this week for step 6 is that your goal is going to be about being productive. And if you notice where it says part A, there is a video that will discuss that, which I'll show you very shortly. So the video is actually here, and it says, watch the following video that gives you tips on being productive. After, pick one of the suggestions given in the video as your goal for the week. And that gives you the definition of productive right there. So what does it mean to be productive? That means you're doing or achieving a lot, you're working hard, and getting good results. So you could just press play directly here. It'll show you the video.
Think about when you see the word productivity? Maybe you think about focusing on a single task.
Okay, so please watch the whole thing. Then, after you watch the whole thing, it gives you some questions here, like your goal must be specific. What exactly are you going to achieve? And then remember that the topic, once again, is right here. So how are you going to achieve being productive? After watching the video, what's something that you can work on? And remember to type directly on here. So like my goal is to be productive by, and tell me how. And then please just make sure that you answer each question that follows, like how are you going to track your progress? And then how is your goal attainable? And how is your goal, why is it meaningful to you? And how are you going to achieve it by Friday? Okay, so please complete those steps on step 5 for setting your goal. Here in yellow, I completed an example of what your slide could look like. So you can use that example. And I know that I randomly chose one of your schedules. So this person has me for AVID, first period, second period, Miss Bavrika, third period, Miss Lauda, fourth period with Math 7, Mr. Einemer, fifth period with 7I with me again, and then sixth period history with Mr. Hunsinger. So I'm going to show you an example on how to work on this each day. So basically, in your logs, you should all start your day with looking at the Monday slide, and you are here on the left. If you don't want to like copy and paste your periods and names all over again day after day, what you could do is just copy and paste. So since I'm using this example, I'm going to copy and paste my answers here. That does mean that you do have to at least write it once though, and then you'll be able to copy and paste it. So then you would tell yourself, okay, so we have our to-do list versus our assignments today. This is where you would look at your Google Classroom and you would ask yourself, is there anything that's due today? So let me look at my Google Classrooms. You might see a lot of my Google Classrooms. Since we're looking at this example with AVID being first period, I know that we have the weekly logs that were just assigned, and you were just assigned a TRF Jamboard and a tutorial, or TRF for that. If you don't understand what that means, there'll be a separate video for that. But basically what I would see is here on my left, I see that one's not due until it tells me the due dates. So I would specifically type those due dates and I would go to those days. So I know that for first period, your tutorial is on Thursday. So I know that I would just type in my TRF and Jamboard due by 9 a.m. I know that same thing, we have a tutorial for our first period. Tutorial. Our tutorials are on the earlier side, so plan ahead so that you can be on time. It's at 10 a.m. if you're in first period. And okay, so then on Friday, I would go to the due dates and I would type in that we have our weekly log that's due. So technically today we don't have anything due, but I will say what are going to be the steps that I need to take today in order to complete this on time. So, or complete all of my due dates on time. So for sure, I want to like work on my goal. That way I have that done. I want to make sure I finish Monday's slide, which is this one that I'm working on right now. Okay, also, I'm just going to start working on finding a POC. And then that means that like my goal for me, I'm going to make sure that I finish my TRF and Jamboard tomorrow, as well as work on Tuesday's slide. Okay, so as far as first period goes, I could keep updating it each day, but now at least on the right hand side, I could quickly scan to see what my due dates are, and it's really easy to see that way like what I need to make sure is done by then. Okay, as far as like second period, same thing. I'm gonna go to my Google Classroom. I'm gonna find Miss Rodriguez's class. A lot of classes, sorry. Okay, here's Ms. Rodriguez's class, and I like that you already see your due dates here. So I already see that something's due today, and then I have a quiz that's due tomorrow. So if I look in here, it looks like okay, so it looks like I have to look through this PowerPoint and listen to the audio, and after that, I have a question that I have to post. So I'm going to look at the directions, and remember, it's always really important that you carefully look at the directions and watch all videos that are provided, even on days like today where I'm going to give you a lot of videos, sorry. But it says, please read through the PowerPoint that is posted, and then listen to the audio that will will guide you through your Mindful Monday practice. After you do both of the activities, there's a short quiz. The quiz will be on what the PowerPoint covers, so please read carefully and take notes if you like. You're welcome to refer back to the PowerPoint while taking the quiz if needed. And then also, it has a question in the main title, right? So how are you feeling after your mindful breathing practice? How's everything going at home? Is there anything I can do to support you? See, that's really important that you're letting us know if there is something that we could do. Okay, so here I'm going to put, it looks like for PE, today I have my mindful PowerPoint and practice that's due. Okay, oh, misspelled mindful. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see with the smaller font, huh? And then here, it looks like I have for PE. And remember that, like, if you wanted to go back and just copy and paste your teacher so you don't have to do it over and over again, you have that accessibility here on the left. Copy and paste it. So it looks like for Ms. Rodriguez, I have a mindful quiz due. Okay, so today my steps are going to be, to view and take notes on mindful PowerPoint. It looks like I have to do the mindful practice. And then she also posted a question on that assignment. So answer question posted on assignment. So I'm not going to go through all the other classes, but I just wanted to give you a quick idea on why it's important to take time in the morning to just prepare for your day. Because some of you are only maybe focusing on just one class and you're forgetting about your other classes. But remember that if you are able to plan ahead, you should be able to spend time on all of your classes, especially if you have different due dates going on. And even though, like for AVID, even though, yes, I do have something due today for PE that's really important, I still want to take a little bit of time to make sure that I'm chunking away at whatever's due for AVID too. Okay, so I would encourage you to keep doing the same steps. And then one difference that you notice here on the grade check is that I asked once again that you type in your period class teacher. You could once again copy and paste there. And then we want your current grades. So at the end of the week, let me know your letter grade. Like for example, if in AVID you have an A, tell me the percent. Like is it a 95% or whatever it is. Maybe I don't have any missing assignments, so I would put 0. And then here's the difference. It says color code how you feel in that class. Green means that you feel great. Yellow means that you feel okay. And red means that you don't feel so good. So if you're in this boat right here where you have an A and 0 missing assignments, then I think that for sure justifies a green. And you would just find this little pink color over here where it says fill color. Then you would just fill it in with green. Then you'll continue the same steps for your other classes, however you feel. Maybe some are yellow. Maybe there's one class that you've been ignoring and you don't feel so hot about it. So however you feel about your classes, just fill in that way. Okay? And then the last step by Friday, just make sure you reflect on your goal. So your goal, what exactly? So repeat your goal. My goal was to be productive by, I was or was not able to track my progress because, and you're just reflecting on each one. So just make sure that you complete that, and then once you're done, you can click that turn in button on Friday. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.